Hello, this is Broyar, and welcome back to another episode of our Let's Play for Millennia. We are just playing on the Adept, literally middle of the ground, out of the 5 difficulties, so nothing too crazy. Just trying to learn how to play the game, just trying to get used to the UI and the elements and the game concepts, quite frankly. I have only played 20 minutes of the demo. That was a few weeks ago. And then I've watched just one playthrough for Quill18. Again, a guy I watch a lot. I watched one playthrough of his for this game, and obviously he's new to the game too, so he doesn't know anything. So if there's optimal builders and stuff like that, I don't know them yet. I will learn them as I go, but I also kind of like, you guys know me, I like to play lots of the games like this, come into them blind and kind of really just get a feel for the game kind of as I try to discover the concepts. And then once I've got a good baseline first playthrough of discovering the concepts, then I might dig into more of what's the optimal way to do things. So, I mean, you can feel free to comment below about what you think the optimal thing is. I mean, we're a handful of days into this game. I can't imagine anybody who truly knows the full optimal, but I probably won't read them. I mean, I'll read them. I probably won't follow them necessarily because I kind of want to learn how to do the game myself and discover the game a little bit. But I will take those notes and those thoughts into whatever the next game is and things of that nature. So don't be afraid to put them down there. I just may not. Don't be too surprised if I don't immediately take your suggestions and apply them to the game. Let's put it that way. Okay, so I'm hoping this unit up here can survive because we do have some barbarians here, and obviously we got these guys here. It's not impossible to think that they could get killed before I can get the city settled, but we'll see what happens with that. Also, the fact that we do have barbarians here, I just realized we might... Volunteers here, which should give us a warband. We might actually need to get us some sort of defensiveness there. Do I take the Rice Tribal Army just so I have an option to raise more warbands? I mean, these guys are common. What's your defense just naturally? You have 2 city militia. Which is what? How strong are city militia? Do we see that? Where would I see that? I don't know where I would see that. I feel like it should be up here somewhere, right? I'm just probably blind. Well, let's go look it up. Where's the Civilopedia thingy majigger? It's the event log. Is it under here? Infopedia. Yes, I know, I'll call it Civilopedia. How would I look for that? Can I search? Militia. Capital city. I don't see anything about city militia. It's not here. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure it's here somewhere, and I'm just blind as a bat. That's about right for me. But I don't actually know how strong the city militia are. Well, I guess we're going to find out together. All right, I think I'm going to start circling you back up a little bit. If at all possible, we can get around the mountains here. All right, so I knew they were going to attack, but I didn't know how much one barbarian attack would matter. So... City militia, we have 2 city militia. One of them is at full health, it looks like. Oh, wait, can we click on this and see them? No. One of them's at full health, the other one is at half health. So we do have less regional efficiency because we're under siege, though. So it is good to know that one unit is enough to keep you under siege. I just wanted to poke my head out here. We will go ahead and bring you guys back, though. And if we get a little bit, a little bit more warfare XP, we can get some volunteers that way. Might not be a bad idea to get a scout, because a scout can defend technically. It's better than nothing. All right, did we get? Please tell me we didn't die over here. No, I think we're about to kill them. Okay, we're good. We're good. Let's go ahead and see if we can settle our city here. We do actually have the ability to promote to a leader, which is a much stronger unit than the base unit. But first off, we are going to. Oh, location's empty. Okay, we're not empty. And we can't do it here because we have to move. So, okay, never mind then. I don't think promoting you to a leader. Oh, it is. Wait, I read the wrong thing. I thought it was saying it was fully healed. No, we don't want to do that because that's going to use up some of our warfare experience. We might need that for something else. We might be about to lose this warband, but hopefully the settler at least survives. So we're going to go ahead and just settle here for a minute, and then we'll set the city down in a moment. Barbarians. I wonder if we can skirt past them. There's more coming in. Okay, we definitely need to get more. But did you just kill me? Did they just kill me? If so, lesson learned. So we are the ones that advanced to the Bronze Age first. In the Age of Bronze, new national spirits unlocked. Vassals integrate 2 times faster. Barbarian warlords may appear, which is, everybody's going to have to deal with that from now on because everybody's in the Age of Bronze now. Innovation and Chaos Offense may appear. And then we also get trade and diplomatic envoys are available. And we have... Now, that was what everybody has to deal with. Now, we have specifically entered the Age of Bronze. We've researched the tech for Age of Bronze. So we have new domains available for diplomacy and engineering. We have a new national spirit unlocked. And then we also have a new system for trade. We are going to enter the age here. Unrest is growing in one of your regions. Okay. National spirits, which we can choose from. And we'll take a look at that here in just a moment. There's a bunch of new Age of Bronze unlocks. We have just talked about veterancy. Being able to upgrade things to have a leader unit. And we'll get back to that in just a moment. Did we just lose our settler? No. Okay, I was just going to say, I didn't see it. Is that how that works? We survived, but we still lost it? Because we were routed. Alright, so we lost a settler. Lesson learned. I did not realize that was a thing. Feel a little bit like I wish I could have redone that, but that's okay. I just assumed we'd be able to make it over here with a single escort unit and survive long enough to get the city down. Now, the fact that we can't settle the city the same turn that we move, that is problematic. I will say that. That's different from Civilization. Civilization, you used to almost always be able to, move and settle, and that was always a good way to do that. So it's a good way to learn that, or good reason, good something good to learn. I'm tempted to grab this scout just so we have a little bit more defensiveness here. Did we lose both of our... Yeah, we're struggling here. Alrighty then. Barbarians in all my games are almost always a problem. They have a bigger problem than I was realizing in this game. I'm really trying to avoid that because I would rather not do that. Is a scout's not going to be strong enough, is it? How strong is a scout? Scout's 21. It actually might be just plenty, and then we can actually still have it move around. Go and spawn a scout here. That'll help defend a little bit. And we'll see what that does for us. We do need to get some sort of military here, though. So I was hoping to get from the warfare, but that's not stacking up very high, very quickly. So maybe we just need to... I hate that we wasted the settler, though. I did not realize that's how that worked. Did not realize that. Alright, we got a Graves travel armor. We got to go for it. It's a shame, but we have to. Alright, and we're going to have to tell us to remind that, because we're going to need something here in just a minute. Wish we didn't, but we will. Okay, I don't want to go into that mess. Wow, barbarians are a bigger deal than I expected. Okay, we have something we can discover down here, though. Oh, we have a tribal hut, too. You are going to have to just guard, I guess. And hope that you can help defend the city a bit. Alright, so we have new technologies for the Age of Bronze. We can, of course, go back to Age of Stone and research the defenses, which we might need right now, surprisingly, or scouting, either one of those. But we have new stuff. We have Belief, which unlocks the Temple, which gives us more culture and knowledge. Culture is great because it helps us click another button to click, right? And of course, knowledge is research. We have Vats, which gives us grapes or rice, which we know there's rice nearby. I would like to settle a city over there. We're apparently going to have to build up a pretty big army to help defend the settler, though. I genuinely assumed that the settler was able to defend itself. And so even if we lost the escort unit, we would still be okay. Lesson learned, though. That is not the case. We have the weaver, and then we have the press. Okay, we'll come back to that in a little bit. Community gives us access to the saw pit, which gives us engineering XP, a new XP button, and it allows us to convert logs to lumber. It also gives us the crane, which is a building that gives us improvement points. That goes inside the city itself. We have a mill to turn wheat, rice, or flour. Again, if we can get back over to the rice, that would be great. We have a kiln, which allows us to turn bricks into more production, so that's a good one. We might look into that as well. And then we also have the ability to spend wealth to rush buildings and unit production. That's pretty cool. We've got discipline here. It's going to be able to give us chariot units, as well as spear units. Forced march, which allows us to move a little bit faster. And reinforcements. Restores an army's health and morale at the cost of combat XP. Okay, that's interesting. That might have come in handy for us defending that settler over there. And then increases army size. Right now, we can have army size of 3. This allows us to have army size of 4, which is a 33% increase in our overall strength. So that's very, very important as well. Bribe. Use an unaffiliated army. Use on any unaffiliated army, such as barbarian or rebels, to disband them. Okay, okay. And then we have market. Gives us some diplomacy XP, which, you know, now that we know about some people, might be worth getting some diplomacy XP rolling. Spend wealth to rush culture. Claim territory, which allows us to grab regions and absorb them into our nation. Just like the influence thing, but, you know, just a way to buy it. And then spawns an envoy at our homeland, which is a way for us to talk to other civilizations. We got mining. Now, I don't think we have any hills nearby. We got the stone cutter, which we do know we have some marble southwest of us. And there's the mine, there's the pioneer, and a quarry, stuff like that. And of course, shipbuilding, which, I mean, we don't have any water nearby right this second. So it's going to be, if we go for anything, it's going to be one of these other 4 over here. I'm tempted to go discipline, just so we can defend ourselves against all these barbarian units that we're suddenly dealing with. I also like the idea of belief, so we can go into the culture and knowledge. I mean, spear units are just better units. Now, they're best against cavalry. That doesn't mean they're not going to be good against everything else. Chariot units are better against ranged units. I do like the idea to be able to increase the army size as well as heal our units. Reinforcements could come in handy in a few spots. I'm going to trust that once we start building up some war bands and we get our other army back home, we're going to be able to take care of things. Oh, before I get too far along, though, we do have... Here's where you can see the 3 ages. Now, one of them is behind my head right now. It's the Age of Iron. That's just the base one. So I'm not even going to worry about that. I'm not going to worry about moving my head to show you the base one. That's just requires 3 technologies. You move on to the vanilla next age. Then there's 2 other ages. We got the Age of Heroes, which we have to discover 2 more landmarks. There's one right near us, I believe, our scout at the moment. So there's possibility. And then we have the Age of Blood. If we kill 6 units from other nations, then we can advance to the Age of Blood, which basically puts everybody at war all at once. So something to think about. Either belief or discipline, I think, is going to be best for us. Or backtracking to defenses to be able to pick up that archer unit. And additional defenders. I mean, it's not a terrible idea. I'm just hoping that we can defend ourselves as is. I'm gonna roll the dice. I'm gonna go belief. We're gonna roll the dice that we can defend ourselves. Famous last words. All right. I believe since we're the first ones here, we get the choice of anything. Once we pick one of these, as my understanding is nobody else gets to pick the one we picked, and they have to pick one of the other ones. Now, I also think, though, as a secondary bonus for them, though, because they didn't get their first pick, maybe, I think they get a little bit more of this extra free XP in that particular spirit, if you will. Now, the spirits don't come up every age. They come up on the 2, 4, 6, and 8, so the even ages. So we got exploration ones, which we don't have that much exploration at the moment. So this might not be a huge one. Ancient Seafarers, I doubt that's going to be one we do. We're not really settled on the coast right now. We got Naturalists, which will allow us to get more food from foraging, some housing, a little bit of defenses. Warbands, ×3 defense and forest. That's kind of cool. But I'm also kind of thinking that this one's not really going to be our thing, because we're not really doing we're not getting a lot of exploration XP right now. I mean, we might find ways to get more, but I'm not super concerned about that. We also have Bow Hunter here, which is a better ranged unit. We're dealing with some defense or some issues right now, right? So this one might not be the worst. We also can reveal elephants on the map, which gives us ivory, which the ivory gives us exploration XP. That's pretty cool. Some food stuff, things like that. You can also get, I guess, make our bow hunters even stronger. That's pretty cool. So there's some cool stuff in the Wild Hunters one. We got raiders. So here's the thing about raiders that I learned very recently. Raiders are broken potentially to the point of, or sorry, they're strong to the point of being broken. Every single one of these things, except for it looks like the last one, well, not only will it give you something, it also spawns 2 raider bands in your homeland. And these raider bands are extremely strong. And for example, we could go wipe out Brazil like immediately, and anybody else we found. These raider bands are extremely strong. I'm trying to decide if I want to go that route or forcibly skip that route until someday when they balance out this raider tree. I might skip it, to be honest. It's probably the no-brainer if you're going to play this yourselves. The raiders is they're just stupid strong. Absolutely stupid strong. Don't believe me, go watch Quill18's stream game that he played on stream. He's got the recordings up on YouTube. They're stupid strong. So I think I'm going to forcibly tell myself to ignore those. Something like this, Warriors, feels a little bit better. Yeah, we get a couple Spartan units early on that are extremely strong, but it's not like we get like 20 of those over there. I mean, that was an exaggeration, but you know what I mean. It's not like we're going to get one every single belief along the way. We get them early on, and then that's it. And these feel like a little bit more defensive, right? Even on defense, the capitals and armies guard better and heal quicker. So I can just strike back in for us. So this would help us defend ourselves a little bit better if we wanted to go that route. We got engineering ones. We got God King Dynasty. This one is allows us to erect good monuments. For example, we can get the pyramids. Pyramids give us more influence and culture. Pretty awesome. And other things like that. So that's kind of a cool one. And then we have mound builders. And I know I'm going through all these slowly, but I kind of just want to see them all. And I'm not too super used to all of them. We got a burial mound, which gives us culture. We got a way to get some sanitation. Sanitation is needed above 10 pop, which we're not going to be above 10 pop anytime soon. We got region level stuff, things like that. So there's some cool stuff in that one. And then finally, we have Olympians under diplomacy, which allows us to get, I guess, some diplomatic stuff. I haven't really looked at this one too much. It's an envoy. Unlocks the hippodrome. Cool. If we want to be peaceful and, you know, whatever, that might be a reasonable one to go. I'm tempted to go warriors just because it's not the raiders, but still allows us to get some units that are defensive and strong and whatever. But honestly, these are not that great, actually. I mean, could we attack with Spartans? Yeah, we could. They have +2 attack versus cavalry and ×2 just defense as a defender. We could still use those as an aggressive outward conquest. Honestly, part of me is wondering about these wild hunters. These are kind of cool. These bow hunters. They're not as strong, but they become pretty strong once you add the 7 attack and defense. And this will allow us to get some elephants, which would give us ivory. And cost of expansion into scrubland reduces that cost. We get more improvement points for different things. Bonus food from meat goods, which we have a little bit of cows, so we have some deer nearby as well. Honestly, just as something different, from what I've seen, I might go. I'm tempted to go these wild hunters. I like bow units. They might not be especially strong, at least compared to the raiders. Like I said, raiders are 12-11 versus 11-11, and then they get even stronger. You know what? I kind of like this. I think I'm gonna go bow hunters. I think it's not as broken as raiders, and it's going to be something that we can have some fun with. All right. We're going to go that route. We're not building a lot of exploration XP right now, but maybe we will someday. And I realize I spent like 20 minutes talking about our next decision, but that decision every 2 ages is so important. That's what defines, that is what becomes the civilization leader and civilization bonuses. But the cool thing is that it changes every game. I can do a certain different combination every single game. And if I'm not the first one to get to the Age of Bronze, well, then I don't get maybe my first choice and I have to go with the second choice. So I think that's a cool way to customize your civilization over time and make every game kind of unique and things like that. All right, so we're definitely struggling right now. I need to figure out how to get our defenses up. Can't get this until we get to 30. I mean, Might have been dumb to take that because we're not getting exploration XP right this second. Or we're not getting very much. But I still think it's going to be kind of fun. I think it's going to be cool to have those bowmen. All right, having this scout here does look like that helped us out a lot. Because we actually were able to kill both of those? Looks like we were able to kill both of those. And our city militia are back. So that worked. Getting that scout unit was all we actually needed. So I'm happy with that. We're very bummed that we didn't get the city over here. I kind of want to try again. At some point. Maybe we got to get these 2 units back to be able to try again. Let's have you... Are you healed up to full? I think so. Just going to move you out. I'll have you explore up that way. I'm going to bring you back home. Kind of want another shot at the settler because I would like to get the city over here. Next to all the rice. I would like to discover that. I'm going to move down here. And I'm going to discover that and mark. Great Barrier Reef. Hey, 5 exploration XP. Perfect. And we get +1 discovered landmarks and 10 combat. It'd be cool if we can get to the... Oh, there's another one! Alright, I'm hoping that we can get to the Age of Heroism. Because that would be awesome. Alright, we do have the ability to put a farm down. We need to regrow. So that seems like that's going to make a lot of sense. To me, we also have the dwelling. Which gives us housing, which you don't need housing right now. Anything that gives us exploration right now? No. Well, a dock, but we're a long ways away from the dock at the moment. I want to put a town down too, soon too, so we can start growing out our borders, actually. I think the farm's fine. Let's go put the farm down. Get us a little bit more food. Now we're up to 175% of our need. So I've probably made some mistakes early on, but I'm still pretty happy with most of what we've done. Crisis ages. From the Age of Bronze, it's supposed to move into a crisis age. Blah, blah, blah. I'll talk about that here in a second. So now that we're in the Age of Bronze, we have these 2 things up here. We've got a thing called innovation. And when this thing fills up to 100, we get I guess a chance, or I don't know if it's automatic immediately or if it's just a chance at 100 to get an innovation pop-up. And that innovation pop-up is going to give you 2 choices. A good positive choice for your empire or a bunch of gold or wealth. And then you have crises, and those can queue up to 100, and then you get a chance to pop something up. And those are going to be 2 things. One choice is going to be really bad for your empire, and the other choice is spend some gold to buy off that chaos. So we're going to have a little bit of that going. I think that's what it's talking about, crisis, right? Or did I misrepresent the crises? I think I just misrepresented the crisis. That's chaos, not crises. Let me look up crises real quick. I think I misrepresented what that was. So I'm sorry. Crisis strategies are generally negative appearances. Well, oh, okay. Wait a minute. Okay, so crises are actually the ones what we saw here. This is counting as a crisis age, I believe. Right? Is that what that one's doing? I think this is counting as a crisis age. Possible crisis age. Okay, yeah, okay. So that's what that's counting as. So I misrepresented the crisis age. I apologize. I confused chaos with crisis. But we already talked about the Age of Blood a little bit, I think. All right, let's bring you back up here. Government. Do I want to raise... You know what? Kind of want to raise a tribal army, just so we have one. Yeah, I think I'm going to raise a tribal army, just so we have one available. It's not especially strong. You're kind of in a choke point here, since this is jungle. So I might just fortify you here. And have you tank some hits from these guys for a couple ticks. Assuming they even hit us. If they don't hit us, then... Alright, whatever. Alright, let's come over here. We have the option to get knowledge or culture. That's a really good question. I mean, generally, I like knowledge. Just because it's science, in my mind, right? But this is 5 turns of culture versus only 2.5 turns of knowledge. So, we might just take the thing that's like a bigger boost for us. And you're going to be able to come over here and hopefully discover that here in just a moment. I'll have to do it next turn. Okay. Could turn you into a leader, but that wouldn't mean you're not a scout anymore, so we're not going to do that right now. Okay, that's all that. Wild hunters, we definitely want to grab... I think we want to grab these bow hunters first. Although I can see the argument for getting something that will give us some exploration XP to help get through this faster. But I want some better units. So I think we're going to go ahead and remind us about that one first and foremost. Under here, I still want the reminder about the settler, which apparently is on a cooldown right now. So it might not matter. But we also want to get some of these as well. Hate that we lost our settler. Like I said, genuinely did not realize that's how that was going to work. I thought it would work a little differently. I might move you up here just to be able to attack with a scout. And just that way you can help with do some stuff. Alright, so we do have a culture power. We can absorb an outpost, which we don't have any. We can do the local reforms again, which is another boost to things. We can get a town, which help our borders start to grow. Wouldn't be a terrible idea to get a town like over this way. Start working away. It'll get us the phalanx right away. Start working our way towards the coast, maybe. We can also raise an army, which would spawn a pair of war bands. I mean, I forgot that this was a cultural power as well. So maybe we didn't need that other thing. I'm going to hold off on the army stuff. I'm hoping we can be fine. I'm tempted to get a town. Like over here, maybe. Or up there. Or even up here by the game. I'm going to go this way and hope that we can kind of expand towards the coast. Maybe. Or here to get towards the marble. Oh, let's go this way. Reasons. So now we have a town. And so it does expand our borders like immediately because we do obviously claim that tile. I could put it inside our borders as well, just for the record. But this is also going to help give us more border growth around this as well. Which, if I understand correctly, which should help us. Plus 0 adjacent for town adjacency bonus, radius 1. No change to wealth. Putting it next to a resource, does that not give us more? Maybe it has to be a workable resource. Oh no, there we go. We just hadn't finished expanding out the rest of the tiles there. Variant ages. Along with your first crisis age, the Age of Bronze also represents your first variant age, the Age of Heroes, which again, we're trying to get to right this second. By simply coming over here. And I don't want to actually look at this. And actually discovering this. So, we have more exploration XP. And we found the Frozen Wastes. Which, again, qualifies us now for the Age of Heroes. Which I don't know anything about. When I watched Quill18 run, he went into the Age of Blood. Because he went with the barbarian or the raider units, what are they called? I actually haven't seen anybody do the Age of Iron either, but I figured that's a very vanilla. Just looks like the Age of Bronze, just different technologies. So the Age of Heroes is going to be kind of interesting to see what that looks like. And I think we want to be the ones to trigger that, because if we went to this much trouble to do it, we might as well see if we can trigger that at some point. Actually already a level 3 unit, which does give you more attack and defense, which is nice. I think I'm going to, well, I wonder if I should bring you back home or just I might just keep you exploring. It's going to be fine. We're up to 22 exploration XP, which is good. And like I said, our town is now starting to grow. Still no change in wealth at the moment. Maybe we have to actually get this within our borders for it to count. Live and learn. But at least we are getting some border growth this direction. And we have more tiles that we can work. We actually have a hill tile that we can get some production from, which is cool. Our city's not growing very fast at the moment, but that's all right. All right, you're going to move up, help with this guy. And you two together are going to try and just beat up on this guy, I think. Does it tell us what we would lose? Taken light damage, dealt medium damage. All right. Oh, I thought we were going to get one more. We getting killed on that one. We did not. All right. Still good. We don't have to watch those, but figured why not. All right. Well, we'll start dealing with some barbarians at this point. We need to take them out. Still really want to get that settler. I cannot believe we lost that. If you can't tell, I'm still bugged by, I'm still bothered by that situation. But again, it was a useful lesson to learn. Need more defensive for our settlers. especially if we're going to go up against more than one barbarian unit. All right, we're going to put a cut in there. When we come back, hopefully we can get our feet under us. I feel like I've made a few mistakes, but I think we've learned a few things. And like I said, hopefully we get our feet under us and start progressing towards whatever's next. So I do appreciate you guys watching. May God bless you, and I hope you join me again next time. Thank you, and goodbye. I wanted to give a special shout out to the following channel members. Thank you so much for supporting the channel.